Hi, tigers. Welcome back. Do you remember this sound that we learned a while back? It's just a cute little dog. He may look a bit scary, but he doesn't really growl at all. He just kind of puts his tongue up in the back and he says, "Er." Do you remember him? What does he say? "Er." Yeah, he's friendly right now. But now we're going to see times when he's not so friendly. I'm going to show you what makes him really growl, okay? Anytime he comes after a vowel, he begins to growl and he'll say, Let me show you. You see our E, we called him Ed earlier, is right before the R. Let me tell you the story of what happens. Who's the dog coming after in this picture? Ed. That's right. He doesn't like video games and he gets annoyed with Ed. The dog gets angry and growls at Ed. Ed gets so scared, he doesn't make his sound at all. All we hear is that growling So Ed is quiet. He doesn't say anything. This doesn't say It says Let's meet another one. Who is before the dog now? It's coming after that vowel again. Now this time it's the U, the toddler. The dog gets annoyed with the toddler who keeps trying to get up. Remember, he says, and he growls at her and he says, This means that when the toddler comes right before that R sound, doesn't say anything. We just hear the dog growling, saying, Now we have that basketball player. Do you remember what the I says? It. Remember that? He's trying to put the basketball in, so he goes, it. Well, now the dog comes right after it. And you know what? The dog gets annoyed with the I too. So the dog is coming after the basketball player and he's growling at him. He's annoyed because he doesn't like basketball. He says, The basketball player is so scared that he doesn't make a sound. All we hear is that growling, So when you see that R come after an E, U, or I, we know that those letters are quiet and we just hear that dog barking, not barking, that dog growling at that vowel. Okay. Let's take a look at, we're missing a couple of vowels, right? Let's see what else we have here. Oh, look at that. The R, that little dog, is coming after the A now. It's the apple, right? Now, I don't think the dog's going to growl at the apple because you can't scare an apple. He's going to eat the apple in one bite. He opens his mouth wide and yells out his name while he eats the apple in one bite. R. Can you do that? R. Good job. I think he yells out his name like that because he wants everybody to know that that's his apple. So he goes, R. We have the O left over. Look at that little question mark above the dog's head. When the dog gets in front of the baby, the dog says, Well, I won't be mean and growl at her. She's just a baby. Or maybe I will. That's the sound you hear when the dog comes right after the baby. You hear or. Can you say that? Or. Nice job. So another name that we have for all of these combinations here is R controlled. Can you say that? R controlled. That means that R is controlled, those vowels are controlled by the they're controlled by that dog, right? So all three of these say they sound the same. The AR, that's the one where the doggy takes a bite out of the apple and it's loud and he says R. And here the dog is thinking about whether or not he's gonna eat that baby, growl at that baby. He says or. Okay, good job, tigers.